everyone, welcome back. Today we'll breaking down Linux file system hierarchy. In Linux, everything is a file. That means any programs or any files, documents, or any kind of binary can be treated as a file. We can divide it to three main categories. First, ordinary or the regular file. So those are the regular file like text file, image, video file, or any kind of binary programs. Directory is kind of a folder in Windows and it can be used to organize the file. Directory can be consist of subdirectory and files. Device file allow hardware to communicate with read-write operation. So this act as a driver, letting the system talk to hardware via simple read-write command. In this picture, you can see that Linux uses a tree structure started at a single point, that is the root. Root path can be represented as forward slash and every other folder branch out here, keeping the system organized and secure. Let me quickly log into my Linux machine and I will walk you through all the directories one by one. Present working directory. As you can see, my present working directory is 12, that is user directory. Let me change my path to root, ls. So you can see different directory inside the root directory. Bin, dev, home, leave, media, opt, recovery, run, process. Those are the different directories. Some of the directories are relevant and some of the directories are irrelevant for us. Let me go inside home directory. I'm changing my directory to home directory and I will list down all the users present in the home directory. If you have multiple users on the same system, you are going to get multiple directory inside the home directory. Navigate to my user directory, that is Ubuntu. You can see it's newly created, so there is no files or directories available. Now similarly we have admin directory, which is slash root directory. It's important to understand that root directory and root path are not same. Okay, so root path is basically a topmost directory in the Linux, whereas slash root is separate directory which is basically used for administrative purpose. So let me go to sudo su cd slash root. So as you can see, I am in root directory. Okay, now let me list down the uh, users in the root directory. That is one user is there, snap. Okay, so let me exit from the root directory. Now let's look some of other important directories are used by the systems for open source tools. For example, we have a slash bin directory that's contain basically the binary and executable files. Okay, let me navigate to the bin directory, cd slash bin ls. So as you can see here, uh, we have a different command or the executable files, you can say, that are listed here. For example, ls and other like cat, mac directory and other files. So similar to uh, bin directory, we have sbin also, which stand for system binary. This contain executable file mainly used by the system for the administrative tasks. Okay, so let me navigate to sbin. Here you can see the different file. For example, the shutdown is also listed here. Okay, so now next we have a slash lib. So library directory contains shared library required by the system program. So basically these are supporting file that help program to run properly. In this directory you have a many library files, you can see. Okay, you can also see a python as a directory. So now let me navigate to the root path. We have also tmp file. Okay, that is basically store the temporary file created by the system or the install application. This file is basically used for the temporary storage, and this file is basically uh, clean up automatically after the restart of the system. Now next, let me navigate to /proc, that is the processes. These are the virtual file system that provide informations about running the processes and the system current status. Okay, so let me list down the processes. As you can see, there are different processes running currently. Now let me go to dev file. So dev is basically contains device file represented hardware component. Okay, basically in Linux, even like disks or USB drives are treated as a file, and these are stored in the dev file. Okay, now we have /ect. ect means etc. Contain configuration file for the systems and the install applications. Okay, so let me list down the configuration file. As you can see, there are different file available here. Okay, now finally let's go for media/madi. This directory used for mounting the external device like USB drive and other drives. So whenever you plug in your pen drive, it typically appears inside the media directory. Okay, as of now there is empty. Let me go back to the home directory. That's all. I'll just log out. Thanks for watching.